They are with us.
Then let them see our strength. Look at them soar.
They are magnificent.
And dangerous. We have to get out of here. I know, but how? We fight together. We have to get out of here. How? The guards are everywhere. There's a way, trust me. I hope you're right. I never meant for this. Intentions mean little now. I'll find a way out.
Tyrion Lannister was the smartest man who couldn't save the realm. Tyrion Lannister was the smartest man in Westeros. He understood power. He understood people. He understood war, politics, and human weakness. He warned kings before they fell. He predicted disasters before they happened. He spoke the truth when silence was safer. And yet, no one ever truly listened to him. This is not the story of a clever dwarf who survived the Game of Thrones. This is the tragedy of a genius who saw everything coming and still couldn't save the realm. This is the full story of Tyrion Lannister. Part 1. Born Guilty. Tyrion Lannister entered the world already condemned. His birth killed his mother, Joanna Lannister, the only person Tywin Lannister ever loved. From that moment on, Tyrion was not a son. He was a reminder, a mistake, a punishment. Tywin never forgave him for being born. Cersei never forgave him for surviving. Even Jaime, the only one who loved him, could never fully protect him. Tyrion learns a cruel truth early in life. When you are hated for what you are, you must become valuable for what you know. He cannot fight. He cannot command respect through strength. So he sharpens his mind. Words become his sword. Humor becomes his shield. Wine becomes his escape. Every joke hides pain. Every smile hides rejection. And yet, this suffering makes him observant. Tyrion watches people carefully. He learns their lies. He learns their desires. Without realizing it, he becomes the smartest man in the room. Part 2. The Man Who Read People. Tyrion's greatest power is not intelligence, it is empathy. He understands outcasts because he is one. He understands ambition because he lacks love. He understands cruelty because he has endured it. Unlike his family, Tyrion doesn't seek power for pride. He seeks it for safety. He knows what unchecked power does because he has been crushed by it his entire life. That is why Tyrion drinks, not because he is weak, but because he feels too much. The world laughs at him, so he laughs first. The world insults him, so he turns insults into weapons. This is how Tyrion survives, not by winning battles, but by understanding human nature better than anyone else. Part 3. Hand of the King. When Tyrion becomes Hand of the King, he proves something remarkable. He is good at ruling. He controls the small council. He outplays Littlefinger. He restrains Cersei. He prepares King's Landing for war. And when the Battle of Blackwater comes, Tyrion saves the city. He designs the wildfire trap. He leads soldiers into battle. He sacrifices himself for a city that despises him. And when the battle is won, he receives nothing. No praise, no gratitude, no recognition. Instead, Tywin takes the credit. This is Tyrion's deepest wound. He does everything right and is still treated as disposable. For the first time, he realizes something terrifying. Being right does not mean being valued. Part 4. The Trial That Broke Him. When Joffrey is murdered, Tyrion becomes the perfect scapegoat. The trial is not about justice. It is about hatred. Witness after witness lies. Friends betray him. The city turns against him. And then Tyrion finally breaks. He stops joking. He stops pretending. He tells the truth. He tells the court that he saved them, that he protected them, that he was hated for existing. This moment defines Tyrion forever, because in that courtroom, he learns the most painful truth of all. Love is conditional, justice is an illusion, and intelligence means nothing when power decides the story. When Tywin condemns him, Tyrion doesn't just lose his freedom, he loses faith. Part 5. Escape and Shattered Identity. After killing Tywin, Tyrion escapes, but he is no longer whole. He has killed the man who defined his existence. Hate kept him alive. Now, even that is gone. Tyrion drinks more than ever. He loses purpose. He loses belief. The smartest man in Westeros no longer believes intelligence matters. This broken man meets Daenerys Targaryen, and for the first time in years, he believes again. Part 6. Tyrion and Daenerys. Tyrion sees Daenerys as hope, not because she has dragons, but because she listens. She values counsel. She wants to rule better. Tyrion advises mercy, patience, restraint. But slowly, he realizes something horrifying. Daenerys doesn't want advice. She wants validation. Every failure makes Tyrion doubt himself. Every loss weakens his voice. And once again, the smartest man in the room is ignored. This time, the consequences are catastrophic. Part 7. The Man Who Knew the End. Tyrion sees the signs. He sees Daenerys growing isolated. He sees fear replacing love. He sees fire replacing reason. And he knows. He knows exactly how this will end. But knowing is not enough, because intelligence without power is just awareness. Tyrion tries to stop it. Too late. King's Landing burns, and Tyrion survives only to witness everything he tried to prevent. Final part. His true tragedy. Tyrion Lannister did not fail because he was wrong. He failed because no one listened. His tragedy is not that he made mistakes. It is that he understood them. He knew power corrupts. He knew fear destroys. He knew love matters more than force. And the realm ignored him. Final lines, slow, reflective. Tyrion Lannister survived the Game of Thrones, but survival was not victory, because living with the knowledge that you could have saved the world and failed is a punishment worse than death. The smartest man in Westeros didn't lose because he lacked intelligence. He lost because intelligence was never what the realm truly valued. There is a special kind of pain that only intelligent people feel. Not the pain of being wrong, but the pain of being right and still being ignored. Tyrion Lannister carried that pain every single day. He didn't suffer because he was a monster. He suffered because he was a mirror, and the world didn't like what it saw in him. Tyrion Lannister did not win the Game of Thrones. He survived it. And sometimes survival is not a blessing. It is a sentence. When the war finally ends, the realm is silent. The dragons are gone. The crowns are broken. The great houses are ashes of what they once were. And Tyrion is left standing, not because he was the strongest, not because he was the cruelest, but because he endured. He outlived kings who mocked him, queens who ignored him, generals who believed in force over wisdom. Now, Tyrion is left with something far heavier than power: memory. He remembers every warning he gave, every truth he spoke, every moment where the world could have chosen differently, and he remembers the cost. Tyrion becomes Hand once again, not because he desires power, but because there is no one else left who understands what power destroys. He does not rule with pride, he rules with restraint, because he has seen what happens when ego replaces thought, because he has seen cities burn when fear speaks louder than reason. Tyrion Lannister does not believe in perfect rulers. He believes in careful ones, men and women who doubt themselves, who question their decisions, who listen more than they command. This is what life taught him. The smartest man in Westeros learned that intelligence alone is not enough. Wisdom requires humility, and humility is born from pain. Final lines, very slow, with pauses. Tyrion Lannister was never meant to save the realm. He was meant to understand it. And sometimes, understanding the world is the heaviest burden a man can carry.